So last year, Peacock experimented with NFL games on their streaming platform, and people had to sign up for Peacock and get the weekly trial so they could watch a playoff game. I think it was Kansas City and Baltimore, or was it Kansas City, Baltimore? Kansas City, Miami was one of those games. I think Kansas City was involved, right? So it was a big deal at the time. People were like, oh my God, complaining, but then they went out and they bought it. So they complained online about it's unfair. How could they do this? I'm not gonna buy it, but subscriptions for Peacock shot up. People bought it. They had record number viewership. And I said at the time, this was the one moment that NFL fans had a chance to take a stand, and they failed. They failed so badly that now the NFL is saying, well, since Peacock saw success, who else wants to try? Right? Netflix said, me, I'll try. We'll take a couple Christmas games. And that's what you're starting to see now. NFL Netflix scores the NFL Christmas Day games. The sacred Christmas Day games. And the holiday games are always usually sacred. NBC, the big time games, the prime time, the free games, the good games. Tradition, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. Playoff games. But once Peacock had playoff success, they're moving regular season games to the streaming platform behind the paywall. So if you don't have Netflix or access to Netflix, you won't watch your favorite team potentially if you are a fan of the Baltimore Ravens, the Houston Texans, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right? That's the NFL Christmas Day schedule on Netflix. And Netflix and the NFL, they have a 3-season deal to exclusively stream 2 Christmas Day games in 2024 and at least 1 holiday game each in 25 and 26. This makes Netflix first into live sports broadcasting featuring matchups like Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Texans on Christmas Day in 2024. The deal has sparked a range of reactions, including concerns about potential subscription price increases and the fragmentation of NFL games broadcast across multiple streaming platforms. Of course there's going to be concerns, and don't make no mistake about it, potential subscription increase. No, the subscriptions are going to increase without a doubt. It may not happen immediately, because first what they want to do is they want to make sure they get that extra bump. So right now there's going to be a large bump in the subscriptions at the current price when they grab people in. So your best bet would be, I don't know if, see, Amazon Prime, they have a yearly sub. So if you jump on for the year, you're locked in on that price. I don't know if Netflix has a yearly thing. I don't know how they work because I don't have Netflix. I haven't had Netflix since the DVD days where you can rent a movie and they ship it to your house. That was the last time I had Netflix. But so what they're going to do is they're going to get a bump in subscriptions for the NFL season, probably closer to, and then right after, I say probably by the second year, if it's a big success, going into 2025, their subscription base will bump to, include the NFL or whatever. Because there's only a couple games. I mean, I don't think they're going to bump it right away, but they will bump it if they start to get more games. And so you remember cable, when cable had, the reason why cable cost so high was because of the sports, right? Sports was like the big deal, part of the cost. At least a good percentage of it. I don't know if it was like $8 to $10 of the package for sports related ESPN. But you only really got like one, and then if you want the extra sports stuff, you have to pay more. So the $8 to $10 only covered like ESPN and I think ESPN2 maybe. But if you want like Fox Sports or other sports on the NFL Network, and I don't know, maybe NFL Network was involved, I don't remember. But you couldn't get like NFL package and none of that stuff. You had to pay extra. You had to buy NFL package, NBA package, MLB package, on top of whatever you were paying for cable. So this is going to be something similar coming around the corner. Now they have streaming services out there already that you could buy. Some of them are illegal, but for a reduced rate, you can get all the packages. But then they have other services, the legal ones, where if you want to buy, like you'll pay maybe $50 a month for the basic package, and then if you want NBA, you got to also pay for that, and that could cost you an additional $40, $50, $60. So you're almost going to be paying the same price you would pay for cable anyway, or even more in some cases, if you try to get all the sports packages in one combined deal. And I think right now, someone did the math. They said if you want to get all the sports packages, or they say if you want to watch all the NFL games, it's going to cost you like $800 or something like that next season. So this is what they're working with. It's a travesty, folks. It really is, because I think that the success with Peacock, and you want to know who to blame for this, honestly? Because Amazon Prime really didn't have much success with the NFL on Thursday nights. I mean, no one was really watching that shit. They put the worst games on that because no one was watching, really. The success started happening on the streaming platforms is with who arrived. Who arrived? Who arrived to the platform? And the NFL loved this. That's why they promoted it. Who was the one person you could blame? And this person's not even NFL related. A non-NFL person is the reason why. Not Roger Goodell. I know we want to blame Roger Goodell. We think he's the worst commissioner in all of sports. That probably is true. But the blame goes on Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is the reason why NFL games will be, why before you know it, NFL games will be on streaming platforms. You won't even be able to catch your team even in the local market, and you can blame Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is the blame for this, folks. When Peacock got that huge bump, it was because Taylor Swift was going to be there, all the Swifties. Maybe not Taylor Swift herself. I say the Swifties are to blame. Let me take that back. The Swifties are to blame, because they ran and got Peacock. They bumped up the numbers. Now Netflix says, hey, I want a piece of that pie, and all the other streaming platforms want to jump in and do deals with the NFL. And look, I'm not blaming the NFL for capitalizing on capitalism. Hey, NFL's like, shit, you guys want to pay us to put games on your platform? You want to cough up the bucks? Have at it. Okay. And they had a good selling point. When they went into the room to negotiate terms, they said, hey, Peacock had a big success in that playoff game. Did you see those numbers? Yeah. So you want a similar deal? We'll give you a 3-year tryout, 3 seasons, see what you can do. Give you a couple. What games you want? Christmas? We got Christmas? Yeah. Okay. Sign in on the line. Sign right here. Thank you, Mr. Netflix. Have a good day. Boom. Deal done. And everyone's going to try to rush in to get these games. There's going to be a fight, a bidding war between all the streaming networks for the top games. It's going to be a bidding war. It's coming. And you can blame the Swifties. The Swifties are the reason. The Swifties are the reason for this. So if you want to be mad at anybody that you can't catch a team on the regular network, you got to cough up a Netflix subscription or any other subscription to catch the NFL exclusively, right? This is an exclusive deal on this Christmas Day. That means you can't catch this nowhere else. There's no other NFL network, no CBS or NBC. No, this is exclusively streamed on Christmas Day on Netflix. So you ain't catching it nowhere else. So think the Swifties. The Swifties are the reason. So let's see what some of the reactions have been. And once again, NFL fans missed the boat, I will bet, because they should have. See, I'm telling you, the Peacock that Peacock playoff game was a perfect example. Everyone talked all that mess, large bark, but no bite. And then once the NFL seen, man, fans are complaining, but they didn't step up and hold us accountable, they still bought it. We win. NFL called the bluff of all the, because it was if you guys go back and remember, people were outraged about the Peacock thing. A lot of people voiced their opinion. It was a loud. I thought, okay, this is going to be interesting to see. This could make it break if this is the future or not. Because if it went the other way, the NFL would have been fucked. But it went the NFL's way, and largely due to the Swifties and Taylor Swift. Now, every single one of these games won't have a Swiftie, obviously. I mean, Ravens, Texans, there's no Swifties at that game. There's going to be Swifties at Chiefs, Steelers. So Netflix will see a bump for that, for sure. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. And you want to, and to prove that the Swifties are the reason here, I can guarantee you that the Chiefs Steelers is going to have double the numbers as Ravens Texans. Double the numbers. Even though, and obviously you're going to say, well, Chiefs and Steelers, they're two historically franchised, they're more bigger names than the Ravens Texans. I get it. But, and that may be the selling point for you to excuse the bump in the numbers. But make no mistake about it, the bump in the numbers is going to be because of the Swifties. The Swifties. They ruined the NFL experience. They have ruined it for the average fan. Not Taylor. I'm not mad at Taylor Swift. The Swifties I'm mad at. I'm mad at the Swifties. They're the ones that I'm mad at. And I'm not like mad. This is more like a tongue-in-cheek mad. So don't come after me. I'm joking. I'm half joking about like the seriousness of this because it's really kind of messed up. And it's a tongue-in-cheek with like the Swiftie thing. But let's just be clear, the Swifties are the reason for this mass bump. Okay? So if you want to blame anybody, Swifties won. Roger Goodell too, I guess.